We all wanna change. We all wanna be somebody else. I wanna visit all the places nobody goes. I wanna teach all the things that nobody knows. I wanna grow wings, leave the coop, learn to fly. Bungee jump from the tallest building in Dubai. I wanna fly around town in my UFO. I wanna eat real food, not the...
Welcome back to Desert Wood Days, and I am here with Kim A. Huenecke, filmmaker, actress. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for inviting me. How are you doing, girlfriend?
I'm doing awesome. It's such a pleasure to see you today. It's been so long.
I know. Yeah, this COVID thing just really put a kick in everybody.
Yes, I just noticed we kind of match it with our purple today, royalty.
You bet. You bet.
You know, Kim, most people may think that you stay behind the camera. They don't know that you're also an actress.
Yeah. I actually got started acting late. I turned 35, and I wanted to study acting. And I was part of a professional women's group at the time, and one of my friends in there was acting. So I'm like, well, how do I do this? Well, I'm going to go talk to her. And at that time, there was only like maybe 3 or 4 teachers in town. And she goes, you're going to go study with these people.
Oh, okay.
They're the best. So I announced to my family, I am studying acting. Yeah, it was like, crickets. So
it usually is.
Oh yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. And I took a class, and I loved it. And I would get so excited after class because, the teachers would say nice things about me, and and the family wasn't that supportive.
Oh.
But, it's okay because they didn't want to see me hurt.
Right.
And I get that.
Right.
And then they saw me performing, and then they saw how much I was having fun. And then they were like, okay. And then when I get acting jobs, they always want to know, so what happened behind the scenes?
Oh.
So they like that behind the scenes stuff, like what's going on. And like if any of my friends come over, my mom was always really good. Oh my God, how are you? Kim was telling me all about, and that kind of stuff. And so, oh yeah.
I'm like, Mama, don't tell that other stuff I told you.
Yeah. Well, she never would. But oh yeah. Yeah, she could make kick out. She loved the behind the scenes stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So it took time for them to watch and see that you were okay with this and you were enjoying it. Then they get involved. I remember when I first started doing some things that my daughter, she would just sit and watch me, and then all of a sudden she became my assistant. She wanted to pack my bags for me. Then I'm like, then she's like, I'm like, you my marketing person now?
Yeah. Yeah.
So family they do come in there.
Yeah, they do.
So when did you get behind the camera?
Well, it just kind of happened, to be honest with you. Somebody needed one of my friends, I can't remember who, they needed a PA for something. And I'm like, okay, I'll help you out. I don't care. And I've always liked filmmaking. And so that's kind of how I got behind the scenes of it all. Because I find this so fascinating. You can do so much with the lighting and the cameras and sound and everything. It's just fascinating.
Joe said, actress, stay in your place. Don't come back here trying to take over my camera.
Yeah. But I usually just, stand behind the camera guys and just watch what they're doing. And then sometimes I'll ask questions like, why did you put that light that way?
Oh.
Because we wanted to get a certain effect and things like that. So,
just the curious kid. So that's pretty much what inspired you, just being on set and watching and seeing these things that really just interested you.
Yeah. Well, actually, I love film. And as a little kid, I would actually sit on, my mom would sit on the couch and watch films Saturday afternoon. And we go to films and things like that. And I was, as a little kid, wow, this is so cool. How do they make movies? And then I found out, I think it was, what's that film? Robert Redford and Jane Fonda, The Electric Horseman.
Okay.
I found out, like, some behind the scenes stuff, they made the ending and the beginning at the same time because they were in the same location.
Oh.
And they weren't going to go back to it.
Right.
And that's when I'm like, they didn't make films all the way through? And that just fascinated me. Like, why did they do that? And so that's how my love of, like, understanding how film is actually made and all that came through.
Right.
So
instead of being in one place and you're just filming the whole time, it's actually we got about 10 different locations we have to go to, and we're gonna do it at this time or whatever. And you know, for a kid or not even an adult that's really interested, that is exciting for them to find out how those things are done.
Exactly.
So what would you say is your most memorable movie?
Actually, my most memorable movie nobody will ever see because they lost the film.
Oh.
It was a comedy, and I love the story. It's about, this older woman gets this email, I'm, kidnapped, please send me money, that type thing. And she sent the money, and her adult kids, Mom, but actually it was a true story because at the end, the queen of the country comes and the entourage and thanks her, and it was such a cute film. The queen comes and there's this big ceremony and all this, and she gives the woman back her $1 million because she got the $1 million, and I played this really mean, nasty woman. And I just gave, the poor woman grief and all that. And at the end, I'm just like, way to go. I just, did a whole 180 pivot. Just way to go.
So this is one that we probably wouldn't see.
But it was so much fun to do. So,
and those are usually the ones that really get shelved. The ones that you have the most fun on.
Oh, yeah.
So, Kim, you're also a part of the co-founder of a women's festival?
Yeah, the Worldwide Women's Film Festival.
Yes.
We started back in 2017, and we premiered it in 2018, and it has just grown ever since.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I just get so verklempt when I talk about the festival. It's for women filmmakers.
Okay.
But do not let that title fool you. We allow men into it as well. We want women-centered and women-driven stories.
Okay.
And, we also want women behind the scenes too.
Uh-huh.
So if you have a woman in a key principal role behind the scenes, you can submit to the film festival.
Okay.
We take features, shorts, documentaries, music videos.
Oh, wow.
And it's worldwide. And we have filmmakers, come from we've had one from Madrid, Israel, Italy, Croatia come.
Wow.
Germany, France. So, and
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome to see how Arizona's entertainment industry has grown, that we're doing things like that. We have people coming from around the world and taking part in the events that we're hosting here. That's wonderful.
Exactly. And, the reason why it really got started is because women don't really have a voice. And they're amazing filmmakers. And, and some of the films, unfortunately, will never be shown because they can't get into a film festival or whatever. But we really want to give women filmmakers an opportunity to be in the festival and to submit and be shown on the big screen, because there's nothing like seeing your film or you or whatever on the big screen.
Sure. So why do you think that reason is? Is it because it's male dominated on the panels that's selecting these films at other festivals?
I think it could be, male dominated, and then also too, some of the requirements to get into a film festival are very, very hard. Very hard. And, some are like, this film can only be made, between this time and this time, and it's just some of the restrictions. There's a lot of restrictions. So yeah.
So this poses a conversation that we need to get more women festivals that showcase women filmmakers out here.
I think so too. And then, also don't, I understand, some of the restrictions are there for a purpose. And I get that. But I think loosen up a little bit.
Right.
Because this is a huge world we're living in. And you just got it narrowed down to that. What are you missing? Because some of the films that came to the festival, now I'm getting goosebumps. I'm just talking about it, but they're brilliant.
So
they're brilliant.
So what is it in the criteria that's preventing women filmmakers to be accepted when we're talking about a criteria that's, can you give me a couple examples on that? Something that would prevent a female filmmaker from being accepted? The requirements to get a film into a festival. That's one of them. Maybe another hindrance, like you were talking about, is, male-dominated panels. And then also sometimes, too, let's be honest, money. Because filmmakers, you don't have a lot of money. Right.
And, if you want to, I've only got this amount of money for my film to get into film festivals. Who am I going to give my money to?
Right.
Because, with filmmakers, when you submit, you take your chances.
That's true.
So, you don't get your money back.
So where can our audience find out information on the film festival, and where can they find you?
Well, the film festival, you can go to Worldwide. Excuse me. I started giving you my Gmail number. www.filmfestival.org. And then you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, everywhere else, just like with the film festival. Awesome. And we can't wait for 2022 to come around and just see all the art that's out there.
Wonderful. And when is this occurring in 2022?
February 18th through the 20th at the Shea Harkins 14 on Scottsdale Road and Shea Boulevard.
Wonderful. Yeah. Thanks for sharing all this exciting information. It was such a pleasure having you here today.
Thank you. This was fun.
Awesome. And thank you for joining us today, and we'll catch you next time on Desertwood Days.